Do remember Calvary Chapel this weekend. Sunday evening, 6 or 6:30, I don't know. Just go into Google, type in Calvary Chapel, Chattanooga. It's the one on Broad Street. Broad Street in St. Elmo. It's in Chattanooga, but it's the St. Elmo area. And I'll be there with Gary Humble, my buddy. And we're going to be talking some truth. You tell the truth, it'll cost you. It'll cost you money. It'll cost you personal prestige. It'll cost you reputation in certain circles. But if you look biblically, if you look at the prophets, if you look at the apostles, if you look at the folks that the Lord Almighty decided to remind us of their stories and set them up as examples, they typically had hard times of it, and it was almost always because they told the truth to power. Tell the truth to power. See how it goes. What else we got, guys? This weekend. Weekend update. What's the Lewis family doing this weekend? Most exciting part of this podcast, right? This weekend. Friday night. What's going on Friday night? I hope nothing. Friday, which is tomorrow. I'm doing this on Thursday. Today, as I record this. I'm going to be in charge of a 3-legged race. And I have to bring 9 neckties. And I do have 9 old neckties at the house for my daughter's field day, which I do enjoy going to. I enjoyed field day a ton when I was younger. It's like one of my favorite days. I was really good at the potato sack race. Very good at the potato sack race. So, too bad that's not a professional sport. I might have been able to compete in that, although somebody taller probably would have done better. And so I get to go do that. Friday night, I'd have to pull out my phone. I don't think we got anything Friday night. I got to work on my remarks on Saturday, and I got a few other things. We're going to go to church Saturday night, and then I have a friend of mine who was a business coach of mine for several years, who I credit in many ways of helping me get my business up off the ground, my second big business, the Painters Academy, is running the Ironman, and he comes every year, and every year I try to stop by and see him. He lives in Florida. And then we're going to move on to church at 6 o'clock and stop and see him at 4. And then Sunday, I guess I'm just going to loaf around the house until Gary shows up. I think Gary's coming over to my house at 3 o'clock. And we're going to have a late lunch, early dinner. And then we're going to roll down the mountain, kids in tow. And we're going to tell the folks of Chattanooga the truth as we see it. And we hope that God gives us the strength and the wisdom to do what He would prefer for us to do and say what He would prefer for us to say. And that is a big job for a broken vessel, right? That's how we all feel. You just got to do your best. Make your list, do your best, let the Lord sort out the rest. That's what I say. Sometimes I believe it and sometimes I don't. All right, guys. I appreciate you listening to me. Do share this podcast with other people you know. Say, hey, I know you're really interested in politics. You watch Fox News, OEN, and you know every time Joe Biden does something, every time Donald Trump says something, you know every conspiracy on the face of the earth, many of which have come true, some of which will not. But for some reason, somehow, some way, you don't know anything about what's going on in your state government because nobody reports on it from a conservative perspective. There's a little dude, if you can get past his nasally accent and his weirdness, who talks about Tennessee news. You might want to listen to him. His name's Brandon Lewis. Just forward it to it. Text it to him. Send out an email blast. And I'm going to try to send out a comprehensive email of everywhere I'm going to be this summer around Tennessee. I am going to make it, I do believe, out to West Tennessee. For those of you who are fans of West Tennessee conservatism, it's hard when you got Memphis weighing you down out there. Some of you may be in and around Memphis. But I'm going to be on the road. I'm going to be in Middle Tennessee, East Tennessee, and West Tennessee. And I'm done putting stuff on the calendar unless it's really close and convenient. So if you didn't get in, don't ask. So I probably can't make it. I'd be careful, you know. This is a volunteer gig. And I spend more time on the road for my volunteer gig than my paying gig, by far. So you just got to be careful with that stuff, right? Got to prioritize. Sometimes I get a little lopsided, a little tunnel vision. Got to be pulled back into what really matters, right? We all do that. Guys, I love you. Appreciate you. I'm glad you're here. I'll leave you with this. There's an old Oak Ridge Boys song, and I may have said this before, and occasionally I repeat myself, and it's because I don't really study or listen to what I've said previously because I don't have the time. There's an old Oak Ridge Boys song called Trying to Love Two Women is Like a Ball and Chain. I don't know if that's the exact title of it. And it, says, trying to love two women is like a ball and chain. Trying to love two women is like a ball and chain. I can't hit that high part. I did actually interview Joe Bonsall one time. One has the money, the other has my heart. It's a long, long ride, and it tires your mind. So that's how it's like running the Tennessee Conservative. It has my heart in many respects, not all. In many respects, not all. But the Painters Academy has the money. So I got to be careful to pay attention to that. But I do love coming on here and telling you about the news. In a way, nobody else does it, primarily because nobody else does it. All right, guys, enough rambling. Enough rambling out of the little short man from Chattanooga. Actually, Signal Mountain now, I suppose. Be good. Have a great weekend. I hope to see you Sunday at Calvary Chapel. Come out, shake my hand, say hello. I did get to meet a very nice group of people at the Tennessee Republican Assembly in Nashville last time I got out and about, and I hope to meet some more nice people. I go work my booth. I stay at the front of the area. I try to work the crowd and say hello to everybody before these things. I don't hide back in the green room. I like to say hello to folks because I'm just like you. I'm just out here trying to help. And so come say hello to me. Take care, guys. See you soon. Talk to you next week.